Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ebel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and join me today for this meal prep for Dr. McDougall's Maximum Weight Loss, or the Starch Solution. I'm currently following Dr. McDougall's Maximum Weight Loss 50-50 plates, but this meal prep is just a little bit heavier on the starches than the vegetables, so you could probably use this meal prep if you were following Maximum Weight Loss or the Starch Solution. Usually when I do a meal prep like this, maybe in 3 or 4 days, I might need to make another batch of vegetables, but anyway, let me tell you what I'm making today. I have already gotten a little bit of a head start. I was testing out my new knives that I got for Christmas, and so I've already chopped all of my vegetables. So I've already scrubbed and peeled my potatoes. This was a 5-pound bag of potatoes, but 2 little ones I had to throw away, and 3 other ones I pulled out and set aside because I'm going to make French fries later. So I don't know, maybe this is between 3 and 4 pounds. This was a 1-pound bag of baby cut carrots, but I took like a handful out to put into my stir-fry vegetables. So the first thing I want to do right now is get my carrots and potatoes boiling so that I can mix up some potato cheese. So those usually take about 40 minutes to boil on the stove. I usually make my potato cheese in my Instant Pot, but I have something different to cook in there today. And that is going to be a red lentil chili. So usually when I make a vegan chili, I like to use quinoa in it, but today I'm going to try the red lentils. So I'm not sure how much of these ingredients I'm going to need to use. I've got 2 cans of beans, 3 cans of tomatoes. I'll definitely use the can of corn. And then I'm not sure how many lentils to put in it. Does 2 cups sound like enough, or should I just go ahead and do 3? I also have 2 bell peppers, 1 red and 1 green, to put into my chili. I'm not doing any onion today. I should have said this at the very beginning of this video, but this entire meal prep was inspired because I woke up this morning thinking about how good chili cheese fries sound. So I'm gonna have the batch of my potato cheese and the batch of vegan chili. I'll be able to eat those separately if I want to, a little bit mixed together, or roast some potatoes in the oven and make some chili cheese fries. And I'm making a really big batch of potato cheese because I want to have half of it for my chili cheese stuff, and then the other half of it I'm going to use to make one of my cheesy hash brown casseroles. I mentioned I was just chopping vegetables to test out my new knives, so I have this entire container of broccoli crowns pre-chopped, so I have that for non-starchy veg. And then in here I also have kale, some baby carrot, 2 more bell peppers, and a little bit of the broccoli stems. I also have a bag of this shelled edamame to put in with my stir-fry vegetables. I just love the texture that the soybeans give to the stir-fry vegetables. And these were on sale at Kroger this week for 99 cents. That is such a good deal. I almost bought them at Meijer and they were $2.99. I was so glad I waited till Kroger. So the last thing I'm gonna do for this meal prep is some brown rice to go with the stir-fry vegetables, maybe to go with the chili, I don't know, mostly with the stir-fry vegetables. I also had this idea of like a cheesy broccoli rice casserole type of thing. So I'm gonna have the rice and the potato cheese and the broccoli already made up. So I think maybe at some point in the next week, I'll like mix those together in one of my little bread loaf pans and try that out. So as always, I am so excited about this meal prep. I think it sounds so delicious. And since I already have this big head start from chopping all my vegetables, hopefully it goes pretty quick. So the next thing I'm going to do is get rice cooking on the stove and the red lentils cooking in the Instant Pot. I think I'm gonna do 2 cups of rice today, so let's get that cooking. 2 cups of rice. Bring that to a boil, and then it takes like 40 minutes to cook, so still have 26 minutes on my potatoes and carrots. So this is a small experiment because I'm not exactly sure what setting to use for lentils. I would like to file a formal complaint with Instant Pot that they have this rice grain button. It has white rice, oatmeal, quinoa, brown rice, risotto, multigrain, and porridge. And I'm not sure what to do about the lentils. The last time I did like a lentil soup mixture in my Instant Pot, I used the bean setting and it completely overcooked, turned the lentils to total mush. So I don't know if I want to use pressure cook. Maybe I'll try to pressure cook for a very short amount of time, like 5 minutes. I guess we just got to give it a try. Good thing I bought more lentils today. I think I'm just gonna stick with 2 cups of lentils for this chili. I'm not sure if this is the best move, but we're gonna pressure cook, custom, 5 minutes. I hope that works out. So I think pressure cook this for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to add my 2 bell peppers and maybe try the saute option. I don't know. I've really only used this for pressure cooking like beans and potatoes. I've only done soup a couple times, so I'm still learning. But I'll cook the lentils first and then add the peppers and then my other tomatoes, beans, corn, chili powder, and other seasonings I need to get. I just figured it'd be easiest to cook the chili all in the Instant Pot, but now it's a big experiment. Let's hope it turns out good. So now is the point in meal prep when I would normally be chopping all my vegetables, but they're all already chopped. So my potatoes and carrots still have 15 minutes to go. Oh, I should check that rice. Yeah, I kind of forgot about the rice. We better turn this down and cover. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move the rice to the little burner so that I have the big burner to cook my stir-fry vegetables. So turn this one on low. So I just added a little water to cook the veggies in. Turn this back up. And I find that those usually cook pretty perfectly in about 7 minutes. Hey Alexa, set a timer for 7 minutes.
7 minutes, starting now.
I know what I can do for 7 minutes. I can chop those potatoes that I want to make into French fries for my lunch. Here's one of my new knives with my initials engraved. So stir-fry veggies should be done. Oh yeah. Turn them off. Give them a little stir. That might have been a little too much water. I think I'm gonna leave the lid off now. There's the timer for the lentils. I don't know if I've ever heard this noise before. Did I put too much water? Everything is done at once. Oh my gosh, I never set a timer for the rice. How many minutes did I have left on the... How many minutes did I have left on the potatoes when I put the rice on? Was it like 25? Crap. Well, the rice wasn't even really simmering, so I turned it up a little bit, set a timer for 20 minutes, then we'll check the rice. Potato cheese is ready to blend up. I'm gonna give that a minute to cool and check on those lentils. I think my lentils are mush. Oh, I don't think my lentils turned out again. I obviously should not be using the pressure cook option. OMG, they are mush. I thought I was being careful. What the heck? I had a feeling I should have just stuck to my quinoa chili or cooked the lentils on the stove like I know how to do. Okay, I think I may have figured it out. I don't know. I think I'm gonna put the lentils aside, and in 4 or 5 days, whatever, I'll make a lentil loaf and I'll use that as the mushy mixture part of the lentil loaf. I think that's the best option for those lentils. And then I think I'm just gonna start the chili all over and just do tomatoes and beans. I really don't feel like trying to cook more lentils or cooking quinoa or anything. Yeah, I think that's the best option, to save the lentils, continue on with the chili, get this meal prep done. I need to get that cheesy hash brown casserole in the oven too. I think I'll do that first. I'm gonna mix up the potato cheese. Oh, and I'm gonna need to wash this pot. Okay, I'm gonna mix up the potato cheese first, then I'll get the chili sauteing or something. Not pressure cooking, that's for sure. I'm not sure if you can see that. There's starchy water that's still in the bottom of the potatoes and carrots. I'm just gonna leave that starchy water in there and use that to blend up my cheese. I'll also post a link to the recipe for my potato cheese. This is probably a double batch, and quite honestly, I very rarely measure anything. I did measure stuff in that recipe video, I believe. So garlic powder and onion powder, salt and pepper, some liquid smoke, jalapeno juice, extra jalapeno juice today, and the star of the cheese, nutritional yeast. Definitely gonna need some more water to get this mixed up. Try that. Potato cheese is done. Rice is, ooh, maybe the rice isn't done. I thought the rice was done. I thought all the water was gone, but there's still some in there. It's still cooking. So I got 5 more minutes left on the rice timer. I'll let that cook. I'm going to get the cheesy hash brown casserole mixed up next. All right, let's see if we can save this chili. I already discovered that where the pressure releases in the lid was like covered in little lentil pieces. That's why it was making that weird noise. So anyway, let's get these put away. Like I said, I'll make lentil loaf next week. I'm sure these will be fine in the fridge for a week. Oh, I need a bigger bowl. Tis the vibe of the day. I'm not really stressing about the chili. I'm just getting hungry and I wanted chili cheese fries for lunch and my fries are in the oven. Might be cheese fries for lunch. Okay, now I'm gonna go give this a quick wash and then chili time. Can we save the chili? I think we can. So I'm gonna start with sauteing. I think 5 minutes will do. Add some water. And my 2 diced bell peppers. So I'll saute those for 5 minutes and then I'll start adding my corn, my crushed tomatoes, diced tomatoes, my chili beans, My kidney beans I rinsed and they're in a colander over there. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna need this one of the fire roasted tomatoes because I have this giant one. So I don't know, I guess we'll see what the chili's looking like. And then I have chili powder. I need to grab a couple other spices. Be back in 5. So I forgot to hit the start button when I left the Instant Pot, but now it is not even done preheating. It's still preheating. It hasn't even got to the saute for 5 minutes, and look how good these are cooked. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start adding my tomatoes and beans and stuff. I guess I'll start with the tomatoes. Oh, need the can opener back. So here's the chili with everything added except those fire roasted tomatoes. Would I have even had room for the lentils? Probably been filled to the brim. It looks like it's missing something, doesn't it? Maybe I should do some more beans. Or maybe I should cook some quinoa and add the quinoa. Let's start with adding the spices and see what it looks like then. So all I did for spices so far, chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder. Ooh, I want some red pepper flakes and some smoked paprika. Smoked paprika. Ooh. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and dump the rest of these in here. These are expired. These are so old. Look at that old Aldi label. New Aldi label? Old Aldi label. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use these up. Okay, that might have been, oh my gosh, this meal prep just might be such a failure. That might be too much. That was a lot more than I thought it was gonna be. Oh well, we like it spicy. Nothing else really was spicy except maybe the chili beans. Okay, it's starting to smell like chili. I think I need more chili powder though. So this is probably going to take a while to cook and thicken up. Well, I don't think we're having chili for lunch. The cheesy hash brown casserole only has 2 minutes left. Everything else is done. I've even got everything else put into storage containers, except the chili. Well, that was an interesting meal prep. I felt like I kept having a bunch of little clumsy moments and things just not really working out. I wish I would have got it on film when I dumped like an entire pan of water down my legs and onto my feet. That was funny. But at least meal prep is done. Everything except the chili probably needs to still cook a little longer. And I know I need to use Google. I need to like learn how to use my Instant Pot better instead of always just like winging it. So the last thing I did was put it on the saute function to cook the peppers and then start adding all the chili ingredients. And it got to the point where it was boiling and like starting to splatter. So I just had to turn it off. But I definitely do want to cook it longer and thicken it up. And I am still considering adding some quinoa. I love my quinoa chili. I haven't had it all winter. And I mean, it's just this recipe and just add quinoa. It's really easy. But the quinoa gives it that texture that like you kind of want in that chili soup. So definitely gonna cook that a little bit longer. Jury's still out if we're gonna add some quinoa or not. And then these are the mushy lentils that I made that were supposed to be a part of the chili. So those are gonna be made into lentil loaf sometime after I eat this meal prep. About 1.5 containers of just plain potato cheese. I might have a little bit of that with my lunch. Here's the cheesy hash brown casserole that just came out of the oven a few minutes ago. It's still pretty hot. And then I have this full container of rice, and that's basically the end of my starches, except for this little container that I already made 50-50, half rice and half stir-fry veg. Then I have this whole container of just the stir-fry vegetables. And I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this big container of broccoli, which I actually have some steaming on the stove for my lunch, since my chili cheese fry idea didn't work out. So thank you for joining me for this meal prep today. Be sure to check out my next video where I'll be filming what I eat in a week as I eat different combinations of this meal prep. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm excited to mix some cheese, rice, broccoli, like try to make a cheesy broccoli rice casserole. I think that sounds really good. So thank you again for stopping by my channel today. I'll see you in my next one. Be well. Let's start that part over. I've already peeled, start that over. Now the fridge shuts off. Ooh, there's a bad lentil. Ugh. That's a, what the heck? Oh, gross, where'd it go? Oh, crap. Poop. The very beginning of the minute. So I'm also going to make a big batch of potato cheese. And then finally for my, 3 broccoli crowns that I would, Penelope, have you awoken from your nap? Yes, my princess. Did you just wake up? Do you just wake up and want some love? You're so pretty. You're so cute. Oh boy. Come here, Penny. Console me. I screwed up my meal prep. Come console me. Who's the prettiest kitty? You, that's right. Penelope Jean. Penelope Jean. Well, come sit up here. You want to come watch me cook? Ah, Alicia. Come on, focus. What's your cute face want? What's your cute face want? You're so cute. Could you be any cuter? Oh, dude. Oh. Penny, I literally just hit record. Literally. How do you know? How do you know when I hit record? Come here. Come be in the meal prep. I have just enough room for you to sit right here. Whoa. Oh my. Dude, not right now. Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes, please. Penny, shh, shh, cheesy chili, Penny, be quiet. I instruct you to be quiet. You're testing my patience today, Penny. Is Mercury in retrograde? It is. I think a bunch of things are in retrograde. And now the camera battery's flashing. Did I just figure out my issue? When I had this at 5 and thought I was setting it for 5 minutes, was that actually the temperature? Did I put the temperature on a level 5? Or is the temperature high? Yeah, because that's like a clock. Never mind. Okay, I'm done. I am finally done filming. You guys are so precious. Do you love your yoga mats? Oh, you're so cute. Look at you guys, you're picture perfect. Picture perfect. Oh my gosh, I didn't do a thumbnail. You guys distracted me and I forgot to do a thumbnail. Okay. Okay, now I'm really done. What? What you got to say? Do you have anything to say, sir? Can you see the bottom of your food bowl? Is that what your problem is? Say, I see the bottom, Mom. I don't like it when I see the bottom.